What's going on, YouTube fam? Today I want to go over my top 10 pickups from 2020. Before I go over the list and go over all the kicks that I picked up this year, well, not all of them, my top 10. If you're new to the channel, first time checking out a video of mine, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, click that notification bell while I have you here. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at iAmTMCII. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Okay, so let's go ahead and we can get into the countdown. So these, what you have in front of you, they didn't make the list. I picked up a ton of shoes this year, and these are kind of like just the honorable mentions. I usually leave off like OGs, like the Fire Reds, the Flint 13s, these. Only because they came out so many times already, and it's just a retro of a shoe that came out already, like original color and everything. So even though they put Nike Air on the back, I felt like, you know, this was one that I usually would leave off, any like your OG colorways. And then you have the Mocha ones. These were so sick, and they had so many ones that came out this year. And I didn't want to flood my list up with just all Jordan ones, because I had a nice bit of ones that, you know, I could have just made 10 Jordan 1s and did that. So these were dope, but they didn't make the list. They kind of fell short on that honorable mentions list. The Quantum, this is a new silhouette, something from Yeezy. So this quite didn't make the list. It almost made it. But, you know, it's a new silhouette. I think it's dope. It's comfortable. And, you know, it's something that I wanted to at least share. It's something worth mentioning. The What the Fives was so dope to me, but you know, I'm glad that there's not a lot of hype behind the shoe. When I saw it, I thought it was fire. I think it's one of the best executed what the themes that Jordan brand has done. So this definitely was, you know, high up on the list, but it didn't make that top 10. So they were dope, but they just fell short of the list. And then moving on to the 85 Jordan 1s. These were so clean. They were numbered. I think only maybe 23,000 pairs. It's the first silhouette we have with kind of that OG shape of, you know, the 85s. But like I said, I didn't want to flood my list with Jordan 1s, so they came up short on the list. And then you got the Safari SBs. I think SBs and just Dunks in general killed it this year. And this was just one of the many SBs that dropped this year, but didn't make my top 10. So now that we have these out of the way, let's go ahead and start this top 10 countdown. All right, coming in at number 10 goes to the 2020. This is the Japan pack. So for those who don't know, the Olympics was supposed to happen this year in Japan, but due to the pandemic, that kind of got scratched. And you know, these were also all supposed to release as a pack, as from what I heard, but they all had to come out separately. So, you know, of the Japan pack for 2020, you know, like years and years ago, these had came out exclusively in Japan, and then they came back out again this year, and this was like the new addition to the pack. So once I saw pictures of this biohack, I was like, man, this is a dope colorway. You hardly see this kind of this color combination on a Jordan 1. So for when I started seeing pictures and I saw this color combination on a 1, I was like, man, these are so sick. It's bright, it adds a lot of color, have that attention drawn to your feet. So these definitely made the list. Really, it's the biohacks of the Japan pack, but I want to show you guys the whole pack. But this is my number 10, the biohack Jordan 1s. All right, guys, coming in at number 9 is another Japan pack exclusive. This is the Ugly Duckling pack. You know, we finally got retros here in the US and kind of more of a global release. But initially, this was like a Japan exclusive of these 3 color dunks. You had the plums, the ceramics, and the veneers. And like Nike dunks have just been killing it this year. The regular dunk SBs, they just been coming out with some fire colorways, themes, and collabs this entire year. So, you know, I wanted to put this on here just because I was able to finally get this pack. I remember seeing photos of this years and years ago. And now that they finally had a US release and I was able to actually get all 3 and complete the Ugly Duckling pack, you know, these definitely had to make the list. But if I have to pick one out of these, man, it's tough. It's a toss up between a plum and a ceramic far as my favorite. Probably, man, I'd probably go with the plums, ceramics, then the veneers, being, you know, if I had to rank these. But this is my number 9 pickup. You know, the ugly duckling pack. I know it's 3 shoes, it should just be 1, but I wanted to put all 3 of them on here. So here you go, guys. This is number 9. All right, guys, coming in at number 8 goes to the Varsity Maize, or the Iowa Dunks, or the Wu-Tang Dunk, whatever we want to call these. I know these really not the Wu-Tang because the Wu-Tang have the symbol on them, but this colorway is dope, and it's one of my favorite dunk highs. I had these back in the day, but I don't know, I ended up trading them or giving them to a little cousin or something like that, and I was happy to have these again. I think, like I said, of all the Nike Dunk highs, I think this is probably like one of my all-time favorite colorways. It's definitely up there. I love the color of it. I love how it, you know, it's just a bright shoe that's going to draw attention to your feet whenever you rock it. And I was happy to see that they finally came back, you know, kind of in that OG form. And like I said, the Dunks have just been killing it this year. You know, they've been dropping some heat all year long. So these on the list, these are my number 8, the Varsity Maize Nike Dunk highs. All right, guys, so coming in at number 7 is the new Nike and Sacai Vaporwaffle. Last year, Nike and Sacai, they killed it to me with that LD waffle, and this Vaporwaffle, as soon as I saw photos of it, I just couldn't wait to get my hands on a pair, and I ended up getting all the pairs that released so far. And like, if you know me and you've been following my channel for a while, I love shoes that draw attention to your feet. If you into trying new things and you want something that's kind of odd and different, something that's really comfortable, this is definitely a dope shoe. I posted all 4 of them just because it's a new silhouette, but you know, if I had to pick which one is my favorite of the 4 to kind of put quote unquote on a countdown, I kind of like the toy yellow ones maybe the most, then followed by the black, and then the sail pair, and the string and villain reds will probably be last. And that might change, but as of now, that's how I kind of would rank these. But my number 7 pickup of the year, I know it's 4 shoes, but you know, this is at the number 7 spot, goes to the Sacai and Nike Vaporwaffle. So coming in at number 6 goes to the Kobe 6 Protro in the Grinch colorway. You know, sadly we lost Kobe this year. You know, and I'm just happy to see that Nike starting to release and retro or Protro a lot of his old shoes so his fans could try and get a pair. The Kobe 6, I think this is actually the first Protro retro or remake of a Kobe 6, the first one we had, and it's on this colorway. And this colorway is like a grail for a lot of people, including myself. And I had them back in 2010 when they came out, but it wasn't the right size. So I'm happy to have these back in the collection and have my size. And like I said, this is a sneaker grail for a lot of people, especially fans of Kobe's like myself. And I'm just so happy to have these in the collection, man. It's a dope shoe. Like I said, so much history behind it. And then, you know, with him passing, I'm just happy to continue to collect some of his shoes and have some of his shoes in my collection. So coming in at number 6, guys, this is the Kobe 6 Grinch at number 6. All right, guys, we made it to the top 5. Thanks for sticking it out this long with me. We almost drew, so we at the halfway mark, and coming in at number 5 for my top 10 pickups is the Chicago Nike Dunk Low SB. As I mentioned, Nike and SB's dunks and regular dunks, they have been killing it this year, man. I'm just happy to see that they're showing love and dropping a lot of dunks, because it seemed like Nike kind of forgot about them for a while. It just sucks that dunks are they're damn near impossible to get your hands on now. They're so hard to scoop now. It seems like everybody wants a pair. But that's good, you know, because I've always been a fan of dunks and dunk SBs. So Of all the colorways that released, they had some fire colorways this year, and I couldn't even get my hands on all of them. So of the ones that I did manage to get, the Chicago one is probably my favorite, just because, you know, it only released like at some skate shops. It wasn't available to everybody, and it pays homage to one of my favorite color Jordan 1s. The Chicago one is my favorite Jordan 1. So highs, lows, any colorway where they put this on a silhouette, I'm a huge fan of it. So once they tossed it on this, kind of continuing that J-Pack that they have, this was a scoop for me. So this is my number 5 pickup, you guys, and it's the Chicago SBs. So coming in at number 4 goes to the string colorway on the Fear God 1s. These only released so far in Chicago for All-Star Weekend. And now that Jerry Lorenzo has announced that he left Nike and joined Adidas, I don't think we're ever going to see a release of these. These are so high on the list because, you know, when I went to All-Star Weekend in Chicago this year, I actually met Jerry Lorenzo at like a private event, and he was so chill, so humble, so down to earth. He took the time to sign my box. I had on a hoodie. You know, he signed my hoodie. We talked for a bit, and he was getting ready to leave too, and he didn't have to take out that time and talk to like a fan or a supporter of his, but he did. And I just had that much more respect for him. I'm a huge fan of Fear God as far as the clothing and everything. You guys, when I post outfits and stuff, I have a lot of Fear God clothing. I have some of his sneakers, even the, you know, non-Nike stuff. So this one is high up on the list because, you know, like I said, he signed it. It's a rare colorway. Now he's leaving, you know, Nike for Adidas, and it's mainly, you know, just that story behind it. You know, I'll always be able to remember that time when I met Jerry Lorenzo, you know, and got him to sign my stuff and, you know, talk to him. So this is the string colorway in the Fear God 1. I have a few other colorways, but this one probably means the most to me, just because I said, you know, that conversation with Jerry and how everything went when I got him. So number 4 goes to the string Fear God 1 with the Jerry Lorenzo signature on the box and stuff. So top 3 coming up. So coming in at number 3 goes to the Off-White Jordan 5s. This is the first time we have Off-White and 5 collab. You know, we've been having them on the Jordan 1s and the 4s. So these are the first collab with Virgil on the 5. I was able to get both of them, and I think, you know, of the 2, the black one probably is my favorite, because this was another pickup that I got up when I was in Chicago for All-Star Weekend, and just the story behind it. You know, I was actually in an Uber when Nike dropped the little stash link. I had problems uploading it, and all of a sudden I was able to get through and reserve my pair. So, you know, just like with the Fear God 1 for All-Star Weekend, this one always I have a story behind it that kind of, you know, bring me back and make me appreciate and love, you know, why I really do this thing and be into sneakers, man. There's just stories that you capture sometimes gonna always stick with you with certain shoes. The Sail colorway is dope also. Virgil had these on, but his pair was a little different from these. But like I said, of the 2, I like the black one better. They're both dope, definitely. I like the age and vintage look of the Sail pair, but just because the story, how I was able to obtain the black ones, those are probably my favorite. So if I have to put one of these at a spot on the list of the 2, it'll be the black. But just wanted to show you guys overall, this Off-White 5 is number 3 on my list as far as pickup goes. So coming in at the number 2 spot, have to go to the Off-White and Union Jordan 4s. Like initially when pictures first surfaced of these, you know, we had the tongue folded down, and I was like, man, what is this? What's going on? But once we started getting clear photos, and I saw that it just was kind of paying homage to, you know, how some of the cats from back in the day used to really rock their 4s, folding it over like that. I was like, okay, now I get what they're doing. I was like, man, these are clean. The Jordan 4 is one of my favorite silhouettes. Definitely like a top 3 or 4 silhouette of all Jordan models. So once Union collabed on these, I was like, man, I needed to have these in the collection. I still need that the Guava Ice pair, but you know, of the two, this was my favorite one I wanted to go after and get first. So these are sick. You know, Union killed it last year when they did it on the Jordan 1. I don't know if that was year before, but whenever they did that Jordan 1, they just killed it. And they followed it up with these 4s, and they did a really good job on these also. Not as nice as the ones, but they still dope to me. And you know, these coming in at the number 2 spot, guys. The Jordan 4 Unions. All right, guys. So here we are, number 1. The New Beginnings pack has to be like my favorite pickup of the entire 2020. I picked up a ton of shoes this year, but this one here, you know, not only it kind of, you know, is paying homage to like the actual true shoe that got banned. The packaging, it comes with a Jordan PE with the true original shape, like from '85. The box, everything was just so dope with this. And I'm a huge fan of Jordan 1s. Like I said, it's probably one of my favorite silhouettes of Jordan's, like all his lines. You know, another reason why these are high on the list, this was, you know, another pickup of mine from All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend just was amazing for me this year. I was able to get so many shoes at retail. But for this one especially, I camped out for almost 10 hours at the Jordan pop-up shop. You know, waited my time, you know, in the middle of the night. Finally, they started letting people in. And I was able to get my pack, my size, and everything. And they had so many out there. And they only came out in Chicago, which is crazy. I thought they would have had a sneakers drop, or we would have had like a more global drop, so especially true fans and collectors could get their hands on them. So I'm not sure why Jordan Brand only made these available in Chicago. That was kind of crazy, but I'm just happy I was out there for All-Star Weekend and was able to get these. And like I said, you know, it's mainly that story that's gonna always remind me every time I look at this box and look at these shoes, you know, camping out for hours. And I actually miss that. You know, you don't really get to camp out for shoes like you used to back in the day. You got the reserves, the apps, and all this other stuff. So it kind of brought me back to when I first got into sneakers, camping out, waiting in line for kicks and all that. So you know, the story behind these gonna always set with me, and I'm gonna always remember these. So this is my number 1 pickup, guys. You guys let me know what were your favorite shoes out my pickups, and just go ahead and drop me a comment and let me know, man. But thank you guys for hanging out all this time. I really love all you guys for all the support you guys been giving me. I'll see you guys in 2021. Thanks for watching. Like I said earlier, subscribe if you are new. I'll see you guys later. Until the next video, peace, happy New Year's, happy holidays, and all that good stuff. All right, guys, peace.